Hi, gang. It's Patrick.
And Adam.
Coming up on today's episode, we dive into some listener feedback and announce the winner of our Valentine's Day Minnie Mouse plush giveaway. We cover the latest Disney news, and we explore the World Showcase in Epcot as part of our ongoing series, A Walk in the Park. As always, we close out the show with some quick D. All that and more on today's episode of Gays Do the D.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Adam Sigourney Hummel.
Patrick Lucinda Kozicki.
Oh, I like that name.
Lucy, for short.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
That's where I go with
Lucifer for long.
That's where we're all going to end up here on Gays Do the D.
It suits you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I had popcorn for dinner.
Great.
And I'm drinking some tea now.
That's great.
And it's not a euphemism for spilling the tea.
No.
I'm just literally drinking tea.
Yeah.
Dandelion tea specifically. Because I'm a hippie.
What a dinner. Popcorn and tea. Although I had cake for dinner.
Did.
So yeah. There was work cake this week.
Was it a sheet cake?
It sure was a sheet cake.
Yeah, man.
There is nothing better than work cake. Unless it's an ice cream cake, which is just trash.
Yeah, that's fair.
But work cake, man.
Work cake is good.
Oh, yeah. You know what I did? I washed out the container that I brought my lunch in.
I do that all the time.
And then I put some cake in it.
Yeah, man.
And I took it back to my desk and I ate all the cake out of the container.
When there's lunch catered at work,
Yeah.
I always refill my lunch container with stolen food, basically.
Well, why not?
I'm a thief. I'm a lunch thief. It's a good book title, The Lunch Thief.
It's a great book title.
Yes.
Who wouldn't want to read that?
I can't tell you one person who wouldn't read that.
I believe it's up for the Caldecott Medal. The Lunch Thief, is it not?
Isn't that for children's books?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't see you writing a full novel.
Were you just reading me?
I was.
Intellectually?
It's a pop-up book, though.
The library is open.
It is open. Well, Patrick, we need to start off the episode on a very positive note, a very thankful note.
Finally.
Because we need to thank several of our listeners who have recently left reviews and ratings in Apple Podcasts.
I'm glad that you kept that sentence going because I thought you were going to say, who have recently left.
Well, we need to thank them too.
Let's celebrate them as well.
Yeah.
No, I read those reviews and they are very charming and uplifting.
Yeah, so thank you so much for those of you that have left those ratings and reviews. And for those of you that haven't,
what's happening?
What is going on?
How are people going to find us if you don't do your part?
Maybe that's their plan. They're like, I want to spare the rest of the world from this nonsense.
Or they want to just protect us and keep them for themselves.
Oh, that's sweet to think about.
That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
Like when I hide treats in the house so Dan can't get them.
Yeah.
It's like that. I don't do that if you're listening, Dan.
Oh, he's not listening.
He's not going to look for him either.
Oh.
He's very lazy. Speaking of new, Adam, we have a new patron to welcome to our Patreon family.
I can't believe it.
I can believe it because we're amazing.
No, well.
I'm amazing.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Tarek is our newest Patreon member.
Tarek.
Hi, Tarek. Thank you so much for joining our family. For those who don't know, but you should know by now because, listen, you've rated us, you've reviewed us, you've done all the things.
You've heard this spiel.
Other than listen to us, apparently, if you don't know what we're talking about. We do have a Patreon page. You can go to our website, gaysdothed.com, and click on that donate button. For as little as $1 a month, you can help support Gays Do the D. All the money goes to production, basically.
It does.
And to our giveaways.
Yes.
To our coffee expenses.
You're basically reinvesting in your show experience.
To cake.
Well, not yet, but...
Popcorn for dinner.
Not yet,
No?
but it could,
Oh, okay.
I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, theoretically, those would be show expenses.
Adam, I've been buying cake, popcorn, and coffee only.
Interesting.
We have no money left in the account.
Interesting. We're going to need to take those receipts and burn them.
Show me the receipts.
Oh, I can see the receipts. All that cake, I can see it on your body.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Hashtag correct.
No. You look fantastic.
Hashtag correct. No, thank you, Tarek, and thank you to all of our Patreon members.
Thank you so much. Well, last week, Patrick, we received an email from listener Jason. Jason writes in to say, a few episodes ago, you mentioned that you were going to a drag brunch. I believe he's referring to Matthew's birthday drag brunch.
Ah, yes.
As another person from the Twin Cities, hi, neighbor.
Oh.
I assumed this was the Disney drag brunch hosted at Lush, which I had been thinking of going to myself, but sadly was unable to. If you did attend that event, how was it? Magical?
Interesting.
Well, Jason, it was not a Disney drag brunch that day. But we certainly have been to a Disney drag brunch at Lush, and they're fabulous.
They are fantastic.
So if you get the chance, I would highly recommend you go. The food is fantastic. The queens are fantastic. It's really wonderfully themed. And of course, it's family friendly.
It is. If you're wavering, don't waver any longer. Get a ticket and go immediately.
And if you have kids or if you have nieces or nephews, you can take them too, and they will love it.
Yes, it's very family friendly. And they have really delicious vegetarian sausage links.
Yeah.
Or the patties, I mean.
Patties.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I will buy a ticket just for those, I think.
Just for the patties.
I could probably go buy some, but but when I buy them in the store, they don't come with drag queens.
Also a drag name, Sausage Patty.
Oh.
Maybe?
Veggie sauce pat.
Sure.
No? I'll think on it.
That could work.
I'll think on it.
Yeah, that could work.
Aw.
But I encourage anybody out there, not just in Minneapolis, but in your city or a city near you, I bet there's a drag brunch and quite possibly a Disney drag brunch, quite frankly, because Disney lends itself so well to drag.
It's absolutely true. It sounds weird, but it's true.
So I would encourage you to research your local gay bars if you don't already know them. And let's face it, you already know them.
You know them.
You know all of them.
You maybe perform at them.
And hit up those drag brunches.
Well, thank you for your email, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Well, Adam, we also heard from another Tweedledee via voice memo. And guess who it's not from, Adam? It is not from Andy in the UK.
Andy?
Andy, where are you?
Where have you been?
Get on top of it because you have some competition, Andy.
Uh-oh.
In Ryan, who is at Space Ranger Ryan on Instagram, who is one of the co-hosts of the lovely podcast Wed and Woke.
It's a fantastic podcast. I recommend everybody check it out. It's hosted by Ryan, as you said, and his husband, Lane.
It's true. They are delightful. And Ryan sent us a voice memo. Let's play that, Adam, for the kiddies at home.
Hi, Adam and Patrick. It's Space Ranger Ryan. I wanted to send you a personal thank you for your feature of Black Disney Legends in episode 72 as a part of Black History Month. As a Black person, it filled my heart to hear you guys and your intentionality in making sure that these people had their own spotlight. I love that diversity and inclusion is such a conversation right now in most major companies. And I think it's amazing that we're transitioning from, are there enough people of color in the room, to do they have a seat at the table and do they have equal opportunity? This is just a further example of the magic that you two bring to the Disney fan community. And I just wanted to applaud you for that episode. You make my days brighter on my way to work every single Monday, and thank you so much for everything that you do.
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan.
That was so thoughtful of you to send us that message.
That was really lovely. I sent you an email back when you sent me that email, Adam, that I got really emotional when I heard him give us those very kind words.
Yes, that was extremely kind of you, Ryan, and we are so grateful that you enjoyed the episode and that you continue to be an avid listener of the podcast and such a supportive listener as well.
And your comments were really thoughtful. That phrase that you used, having a seat at the table, man, I hate that we're still having that discussion.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah.
We're moving forward. We're getting better. We're learning. We're growing. Let's do it faster, folks.
Yes. And as Ryan mentioned at the top of his message, you can find him on Instagram at Space Ranger Ryan. And his husband, Lane, you can find him on Instagram at Tomorrowland Lane. And as we said, check out their podcast, Wed and Woke.
Absolutely.
We also received some feedback this week, Patrick, from last week's episode where our new feature segment, Tops and Bottoms, premiered. The theme was Romantic Disney in celebration of Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And several Tweedledees wrote into us with their tops and bottoms for certain attractions or movies or songs or what have you. Derek, who you can find on Instagram at Boy Who Has Everything. Do you need to sing it, Patrick, or are you okay?
Boy Who Has Everything.
There you go. So sultry.
Thank you.
Derek wrote in to say, coming from a very single lad, here are my tops and bottoms. Top romantic attraction for Disneyland Resort. It's a small world holiday overlay. I like that. It combines romance and Christmas.
It's true.
So beautiful. His bottom is Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. Yeesh, he says.
His bottom is Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin.
That's the lowest of the low as far as romance goes for Derek. His top romantic for Disney California Adventure is Soarin'. Derek says, someone please hold my hand during this.
Aww.
So that's an open invitation to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who sits next to Derek, just grab his hand.
Grab his hand.
And his bottom is Goofy's Sky School when it gives you whiplash.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that one.
That can hurt.
Not romantic.
No.
It is much like a physical relationship, though, in that it's a little bumpy sometimes and very short.
Very brief.
Very short-lived.
Yeah, Goofy isn't a lasting lover.
No, apparently not.
If that's any indication, if the ride's any indication.
He is tall with big shoes, though, so listen, take what you can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moving on, Daniel writes in. Daniel is on Instagram, Danko Direct. And Daniel says, speaking of most romantic Disney songs, I just wanted to share that I got to sing I See the Light at my sister's wedding, partly because she says her husband reminds her of Flynn Rider. Interesting.
Oh, my.
Photo or it didn't happen. And partly because the song is gorgeous and well written. It was a moment I'll always remember. They got married midday on a large balcony area at the Disney Grand Californian Hotel, brag much, overlooking all of California Adventure. Everyone was completely wired on adrenaline because no one had gotten more than 2 hours of sleep. My older sister and I were basically also the wedding coordinators, and somehow it all magically came together anyway.
What a wedding.
What a wedding.
You're on a balcony at the Grand Californian?
Where was my invitation?
That's a great question.
That's the only thing I can think of in that whole entire email.
I think that was his point, contacting us.
It's true.
Just rubbing it in our faces.
Rubbing it in our faces. No, that sounds lovely. And I want to hear that rendition of you singing I See the Light.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a voice memo.
Do it.
And send us a picture of your brother-in-law.
We also heard from Rob, who you can find on Instagram at zippitydoo.days. Rob says, here are my thoughts for the tops and bottoms for a few of your categories. Song, I Bring You a Song from Bambi. Isn't that the one that's like, I bring you a song from the beginning?
I don't know.
Am I incorrect in that?
Will you do that again, though?
I have to like kind of vibrate my throat while I sing it. I bring you a song.
Huh. Not seeing the romance there.
That might not be the right song.
Okay.
But anyway.
It was lovely, nonetheless.
His bottom is Snuff Out the Light, cut from The Emperor's New Groove. I have not heard that.
Oh, interesting.
I'm getting Fosse vibes from that, like a lot of snapping. Like, snuff out the light, snuff out the light. I'm sure that's how it went.
Yep, it's exactly how it went.
For film, his top, if you count Disney subsidiary films, I choose Shakespeare in Love from 1998, So Romantic.
Oh, okay.
Which was put up by Miramax, of course, at the time when Disney owned Miramax. If that doesn't count, then Tangled.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's a worthy runner-up. His bottom, if you count shorts, then The Story of Menstruation.
Oh, dear.
Released in 1946.
Oh, buddy. That's not, I'm not going to go near that one.
Oh, I'm not sure that flows well with our episode.
Oh, good choice of words.
If not, then Victory Through Air Power in 1943. His top park is Epcot, specifically for World Showcase, strolling through the pavilions and having cocktails. And his bottom is Walt Disney Studios in Paris.
Oh, interesting.
And last but not least, his top place to get engaged is at the Wishing Well next to Sleeping Beauty Castle. OMG, he wrote this while listening before. I chose that too.
Twinning.
Yes. His runner-up is on the Mark Twain at Disneyland at night on a night when Fantasmic isn't being performed. And his bottom place to get engaged is on the swinging gondola on the Pixar Pal-Around.
Although, what a memorable engagement that would have been.
What if the ring flew out of your hand?
Oh, man.
And flew into the bag?
It would fly into my mouth as I'm vomiting and then right into a bag.
Well, thank you, Derek, Daniel, and Rob for writing in with your tops and bottoms romantic Disney.
Thanks, boys. Speaking of romance, Adam.
Oh, where is this going?
We've got a sultry Minnie Mouse to give away. A scantily clad Minnie Mouse.
She's no top under a see-through raincoat. She's got her S&M boots on.
You know, I never thought that rainwear could be scantily clad.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Minnie pulled it off.
She found a way.
She pulled it on, but not much.
Life finds a way.
Oh, Jurassic Park much?
Yes, we are giving away a 16-inch Minnie Mouse 2020 Valentine's Day plush.
Work.
Patrick, do you want the honor of announcing this week's winner?
I do not. I want the honor of doing the drum roll, Adam.
Come on, dude. Like...
People request it. People are demanding a drum roll every time.
Okay.
Here it goes. Drum roll.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was like late 90s Mariah. I was getting late 90s Mariah.
It was a little Lady Marmalade, maybe.
I think that's giving yourself a lot of credit.
It was more Marmalade from Paddington, maybe.
Oh. It's definitely like Maya in Marmalade.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
That was some shade.
Well,
you're not wrong, but it was shady.
You could do worse than Maya.
Fair.
In Marmalade.
That's fair.
I
just did worse than Maya.
Well, the winner of the 16-inch Minnie Mouse 2020 Valentine's Day plush is Jen. You can find Jen on Instagram at @ThatDisneyJen.
Ooh, what a good name.
Could there be a more perfect Instagram handle?
Couldn't be.
Jen, we will reach out to you via DM and get your Addy. That's short for address.
Wow. You're so hip.
Addy. Get your deets, Jen.
Wow.
On Instagram.
Who are you today?
Yeah.
So young.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Jen, congratulations.
That was very sincere.
It's the dandelion tea that's
It
really
is.
bringing out the sincerity in me.
It's grounding you.
Thank you.
Speaking of grounding,
where is this going?
I'm talking about punishment, Patrick.
Oh,
I'm
dear.
talking about when your parents would ground you.
Yeah.
They'd lock you in your room
Oh,
with just a crust of bread and some water.
we had a very different childhood.
And then they'd make you read Disney news. Remember how awful that was?
That was the worst.
Yeah.
That did happen in my family.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, listeners, you're all grounded. Here we go. Patrick, it's time to bid the 2020 awards season a fond farewell.
It's been a really good 2 years since this award season started.
On Sunday, February 2nd, 2020, the BAFTA Film Awards were announced at London's Royal Albert Hall and broadcast on BBC and on a delayed telecast on BBC America. Walt Disney Studios' Frozen 2 and Pixar's Toy Story 4 had both been nominated for Best Animated Film, but lost to Netflix's Klaus.
Again with the Klaus.
Klaus is cleaning up.
Oh, man.
Disney subsidiaries 20th Century Studios and Searchlight Pictures did pick up wins for Best Editing for Ford v Ferrari and Best Adapted Screenplay for Taika Waititi's Jojo Rabbit, respectively. And on Sunday, February 9th, the 92nd Annual Academy Awards were announced. Disney's 20th Century Studios won Best Film Editing and Best Sound Editing for Ford v Ferrari. Taika Waititi picked up the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay for Searchlight Pictures' Jojo Rabbit. And Pixar's Toy Story 4 won Best Animated Feature.
Hooray!
Hooray! So you think that would be it? Oh, but wait. The Razzies, Patrick. I forgot about the Razzies.
Oh, no.
The 40th Annual Golden Raspberry Awards, celebrating the worst achievements in film for 2019, have yet to be announced. And somehow the list of nominees isn't entirely Cats. 20th Century Studios and Marvel Entertainment received a nomination for Worst Remake, Ripoff, or Sequel for Dark Phoenix.
Oh, no.
And Will Smith received a nomination for the Razzie Redeemer Award for his portrayal of the genie in Disney's live-action remake of Aladdin.
Interesting.
So he redeemed himself with that role, or at least he's nominated for that.
What did he shame himself with?
I'm going to guess Bright on Netflix, or wasn't that one of the ones? Yeah. There's been several that Will could have shamed himself with.
Raspberry.
My favorite Razzie category? I'm so glad you asked, Patrick. It is Worst Screen Combo, and the nominees are any two half-feline, half-human hairballs, Cats. Jason Derulo and his CGI neutered bulge, Cats.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry, or Tyler Perry from a Medea family funeral.
Oh, wow.
Sylvester Stallone and his impotent rage from Rambo Last Blood.
Oh, boy.
And John Travolta and any screenplay he accepts.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they get real on the Razzies.
Aggressive. Aggressive and mean.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Tickets to Disney World and Disneyland just got a bit more expensive. Of course, we expected this to happen with all of the changes coming to all 4 parks in Disney World and all of the recent changes to Disneyland, but it's been less than a year since their last ticket increase, and the previous increase for Disneyland was more than 10% for a single-day ticket and over 23% for an annual pass, which increased guest anger by more than 50%.
More than 50%. I'd say 1 bajillion percent.
1 bajillion percent, and that's very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So here is a breakdown of the recent price increases. At Disney World, the starting price for a one-day ticket remains the same at $109 on the low end and $159 on the high end, but a park hopper ticket has increased by $5, making a one-day park hopper ticket an additional $65. The tiering remains the same at Disney World, with the lowest price ticket on slow days and the highest price ticket on peak attendance days. So Disney World annual passes have also gone up a bit. The Platinum Plus and the Platinum Passes both increased by $76, so they are now $1,295 and $1,195 respectively. And then the Gold Pass, which is for Florida residents and DVC members only, went up by $20, making it $719 annually. For Florida residents only, the Silver and Weekday Select Pass are now $539 and $369 respectively, and the Epcot After 4 Pass went up by $15 at $319 total. So there is some good news for Disney World. The Florida residents Platinum and Platinum Plus passes remain the same at $899 and $999 respectively, and the Theme Park Select Pass also remains the same at $439. So, over at Disneyland, there is now a 5-tier ticket price instead of their previous 3-tier pricing. So tickets are now $104, $114, $125, $139, and $154 from low to high attendance days. Something interesting to note there is the highest price ticket did increase by $5, but the lowest price ticket remained the same, and some of the middle tiers actually dropped in price. A one-day park hopper pass has increased as well, also using the new 5-tier system. The lowest price is $159, and the top price is $209. Something interesting to note here is that this is the first time a one-day ticket has reached over $200 at Disneyland. Annual passes have also increased at Disneyland. The Select Pass is now $419. The Flex Pass is now $649. The Deluxe Pass is now $829. The Signature Pass is now $1,199. And the Signature Plus Pass is now $1,449. These increases range from a 4% bump to an 8% bump. And last but not least, the Premier Pass, which gets you access to all of the parks coast to coast, went from $2,099 to $2,199. Though the prices have indeed increased, the overall hike is nowhere near as dramatic as last year's increases.
So what is your annual pass increase? Or are you not renewing now because of this? Are you so enraged that you can't renew?
No, so if you do renew, you do get a discount on your renewal price. Mm-hmm. So my price will actually be lower than I paid originally for it, even though a newcomer to an annual pass has increased in price. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If you already have last year's ticket, you get a discount because you're renewing.
But it'll still be lower than what you paid last year.
Minimally, but I believe it's a little bit lower than what I paid last year. It's definitely lower than a new pass altogether.
I don't understand how math works, Patrick.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot of numbers.
Oh, my gosh. And And of course, with all these price increases came shouts from annual pass holders saying, I'm never going again. The same thing we've heard year after year after year.
They're all liars because their sales are through the roof still.
They're hooked. They're hooked.
I mean, I'm renewing, but I'm very easy.
Yeah, you're already tying off the top of your arm with that rubber band, and you're just going to inject yourself.
You're not incorrect.
You're cooking it on a spoon right now.
One shot of Disney.
Well, Patrick, when you didn't grab this next news story, I was shocked, quite frankly. So I had to pick it up.
Okay, pick up my droppings, Adam.
Lorelai Gilmore as a hockey coach?
I'm so glad you read it that way.
Disney Plus is producing a 10-episode Mighty Ducks series starring Lauren Graham and Brady Noon from the recent film Good Boys. According to a February 12th, 2020 The Hollywood Reporter article, quote, the series is set in present-day Minnesota. Hey, that's where we live.
We do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where the Mighty Ducks have evolved from scrappy underdogs to an ultra-competitive powerhouse youth hockey team. After 12-year-old Evan, who's played by Noon, is unceremoniously cut from the Ducks, he and his mom, Alex, who's played by Lauren Graham, set out to build their own ragtag team of misfits to challenge the cutthroat, win-at-all-costs culture of competitive youth sports. Production is set to begin this month in Vancouver for a premiere late this year.
Vancouver, you say?
Vancouver for Minnesota.
That's not Minnesota.
They could just film in Minnesota, but I'm sure the taxes here are more expensive than they are in Vancouver.
Could be. Not our clothing tax, though.
Not our clothing tax.
You burnt, Canada. You burnt. This April 22nd marks the 50th anniversary of Earth Day and the 25th anniversary of the Disney Conservation Fund, and Animal Kingdom is going wild in celebration.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Did you catch that?
It was so well crafted.
Thank you.
Is that Shakespeare sitting across from me?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Oh, Bill Shakespeare over here. From April 18th through the 22nd, the park will host a lineup of guest speakers, entertainment, behind-the-scenes tours, character greetings, photo ops, unique wilderness explorers activities, specialty food and bev, and, of course, limited edition merch. The guest speakers will include Disney's animal experts, educators, and conservation experts. National Geographic explorers and photographers will also make appearances, sharing stories from their explorations and showcasing their techniques for capturing never-before-seen photos and video. Joe Rohde will also be a part of the celebration, bringing back his popular Tiffin's Talks, which is a 4-course meal and discussion with the driving force behind most of Animal Kingdom. Reservations for this series will go on sale starting February 18th. But wait, Adam, there's more.
More?
There's more. Award-winning producer Roy Conley will host screenings of his Disney nature films, Elephant and Dolphin Reef, which both premiere on Disney Plus this April. And buckle up, kids, it doesn't stop here. As I noted about 2 hours ago when this story started, this is also the 25th anniversary of the Disney Conservation Fund. To celebrate this milestone, 25 global wildlife heroes will be showcased in the parks, many of whom will share their stories from the field, recounting their work to save at-risk wildlife. Lastly, Disney's Animal Kingdom will be one of the places featured in the live television event Born Wild Earth Day Live, which will air on National Geographic and Nat Geo Wild on April 22nd at 7 p.m.
I know this isn't actually the name of the documentary, but you said Elephant and Dolphin Reef, and
Yes.
I want to see that documentary. Like, where is that reef? Where is the reef with elephants and dolphins frolicking together?
I'm going to get a tattoo with an elephant and a dolphin just holding hoof and flipper.
And I want it like right above your butt crack, right in that tramp stamp area.
It is a tramp stampede.
Oh! Some big sequel news to report on a tiny subject. According to a February 12th, 2020 Deadline exclusive, Patrick's stare right now is... It's remarkable.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's breathtaking.
That was clever as the day is short.
Rick Moranis will once again be stepping into the shoes of his beloved character Wayne Szalinski for the film Shrunk, a sequel to the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids franchise. As previously reported by us, Josh Gad will be starring in the theatrical release as aspiring great scientist and grown-up son of Wayne Szalinski. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids director Joe Johnston will be returning as well. According to Deadline, the 1989's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids spawned Honey, I Blew Up the Kid and the direct-to-video Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, which I did not catch, Patrick.
Oh, shame on you.
You loved it, though, didn't you?
It's one of my favorites.
The first two movies collectively made $281 million at the global box office, and that's unadjusted for inflation.
Wow.
There's no word yet on when the film will begin production or be released. In other Squeakquel news,
oh dear.
A live-action Aladdin sequel is in the works at Disney. According to a February 12th, 2020 Variety exclusive, sources say the theatrical release is in early development. After a thorough search that involved taking pitches from numerous writers, producers finally found what they were looking for following a meeting with writers John Gattens and Andrea Berloff. Gattens most recently wrote Power Rangers and received an Oscar nomination for the Denzel Washington drama Flight. Berloff wrote Speechless and Straight Outta Compton, for which she received an Oscar nomination for Best Original Screenplay. It's unknown whether director Guy Ritchie will return. Producers hope to bring back Will Smith, Mina Massoud, and Naomi Scott, but offers won't be extended to the cast until a script is ready. The original animated movie had 2 straight-to-video sequels, but sources say this new take is completely original and not based on those ideas.
Huh.
Aladdin 2.
Okay.
Aladdiner.
Things just got more carpety.
Oh.
No?
Monkey Madness, Abu's Adventures.
I like it. I wish for no more sequels. That's the title I would go with.
You still have 2 more wishes after that, so...
I'm going to use them just in case on the same wish.
That's smart.
This April, Disney is celebrating the 25th anniversary of a Goofy movie by taking it on the road with a Goofy movie on the Open Road Show. Clever title.
Gosh.
Oh, that was a clever voice reenactment. No, it wasn't. It was fine. It was okay. You can do better, though.
You really bashed me there.
Yeah.
Now I'm quite low.
Okay, good. Good. Now that you're quiet, I'm going to go on with the story. In a few select cities, guests will get to hear from Disney legend and the official voice of Goofy, Bill Farmer, as he shares stories about his experience voicing the legendary dog, not cow.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to go back to my garsh and say that Bill Farmer ain't got nothing on me.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to be quiet for this story.
No, I got things to say, Patrick.
I wish I hadn't used those last 2 wishes on the same wish. Because I have some more wishes in my head. Guests attending the screening will also receive an exclusive set of 3 pins made exclusively for this event. Dates and locations include April 5th in Burbank, California at the Walt Disney Studios at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., April 7th in San Francisco at the Walt Disney Family Museum at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., April 25th in Orlando at the Disney Springs AMC at 12:30 p.m., and April 26th in Boston at the Boston Common AMC at 7 p.m. To purchase tickets, you must be a D23 Gold member or a Gold family member. Tickets will go on sale Tuesday, February 18th. To learn more and to purchase tickets, visit d23.com and search Goofy Movie.
I didn't hear Minneapolis in that list of cities.
You did not hear Minneapolis. It was not an extensive list of cities.
It is frozen here. We need something to look forward to.
It's true. I need something to warm my cold, cold heart.
Come on, Disney. Bring it here. For us. Do it for us.
I mean, that's all we want.
Are you going to fly to any of these cities? You're a Gold member.
I am a Gold member, but I also have Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll just watch it at home.
Just melt down some of your existing Disney pins into like shapes that vaguely look like Goofy.
And I'll have you just Skype in and do gorsh every once in a while, as though you're Bill Farmer.
I'll do it.
Thank you so much. Hey, Adam.
Hey, Patrick.
You know, it's negative 39 degrees right now.
I've been getting messages from listeners who have been like, I'm sincerely sorry for what you're enduring right now. Like, they'll send me screenshots of the weather app and what it's like in Minneapolis. And I'm like, I know.
I'm aware. I live here.
I'm aware.
But thank you for your condolences. It's true. So now that it's very cold outside, Adam, what do you say we take a walk?
No.
Oh.
No.
How about we take a walk in our minds?
Okay.
In the park.
What a great idea.
Thank you so much.
Let's escape mentally from this icicle we live in.
Yeah, when we do a podcast recording, I'm always somewhere else mentally.
Yeah.
So why don't we just make that happen literally, or verbally at least?
You don't need to draw attention to that. It is quite evident, Patrick, that you are somewhere else while we're recording.
I'm always gone. I have no idea any of the words that are coming out of your mouth. But let's take a walk through Epcot, Adam.
It's been a long time since we've done a walk in the park segment. For those of you that don't know, we have previously recorded segments focusing on the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World.
It's true.
Where we strolled through each one of the lands in Walt Disney World and Main Street USA.
True again.
And I was just looking back on our episode history. And the last time we did a walk in the park, this is going to be a slap in the face to you.
Oh, no.
It was July 14th. Can you imagine how it felt here in July 14th? It was probably like 95 degrees and super humid.
Absolutely. 100% different than what it is right now.
Yep.
It is dry as a desert. It is a frozen desert right now.
Yep.
It's disgusting and terrible.
Yeah.
So let's go to Orlando, Adam.
All right.
And take a walk around the world in the World Showcase.
Smart. It's smart that you're starting with World Showcase. Why?
Because it's not changing too much.
That's correct. You passed. That was a test, and you passed it.
It took me a little longer than I wanted it to.
Yeah, Future World right now is so heavily under construction.
Yes.
So there's no point in us taking a stroll through that just yet. So let's head on over to World Showcase.
Let's do it. And though we'd like to, we simply don't want to bore you with a 5-hour episode.
They wouldn't be bored.
Well, they wouldn't be bored, but I would be.
They would love it.
I'd be bored.
Yeah, well, that's clear.
And I need a martini. We got to wrap this up, Adam. Okay, so let's just do half of the World Showcase, and then we'll save the second half for another day.
Okay, which half are we going to do?
We're going to be smart about it.
Yeah.
And start with Canada. If you start with Mexico, you get drunk way too quickly.
But I don't like beer, and so I always head straight to the margaritas.
That's true. They only have beer in Canada. Those lumberjacks got to stay warm.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go Canada, even though it's against every fiber of my being.
No. Yeah. You have to start with Canada.
Oh, disagree.
Tweedledee's right into us.
Yeah, which side do you start on? Do you go clockwise like a sensible human being, or do you go counterclockwise like Patrick and make all the mistakes?
This is why you don't remember any country past Mexico. You take 6 steps into the World Showcase, and that's it for you.
I like that, though.
I like that, too.
It's all very dreamy after that.
It is true. So let's start out with Canada.
Fantastic.
So just some quick history of the Canada Pavilion, Adam. Very quick, I promise. Originally, Disney asked the Canadian government for financial support in exchange for input into the design and layout of the pavilion, but, and I think smartly, they refused due to concern about the stereotyping of Canada.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. They got wind that Disney was just going to do a lot of lumberjack overlay, basically, and they were like, there's more to us than lumberjacks, so unless you change this up, we're not going to help you out.
Yeah, you think that they would want to then become involved in the project to keep that from happening.
You would think, but that's not what happened.
Okay.
So one of the original designs was to divide the pavilion by a main street with French Canada on one side and the English Canada on the other. Today, however, what you see is pretty much how the pavilion looked on opening day in 1982. So as you're walking into Canada, the first thing you'll run into is my favorite, the popcorn shop. Canada just gets me, Adam. They understand. Started out correct. This is where you can get some maple popcorn, which is super delicious, and I believe there's a few different Canadian beers on tap there as well.
Beer in the Canada Pavilion.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Who would have thought? So from there, you can either hook a quick right and walk down a really beautiful path that leads into one side of the main pavilion through the Victoria Gardens, which are inspired by the Bouchard Gardens, I think I'm saying that correctly, near Victoria, British Columbia. And a fun fact, this is the largest garden in the World Showcase.
Now that I didn't know. So we're already ahead of the game. I've learned something.
So if you don't do that, you can Just simply walk down a little further where you'll run into a photo spot and some stairs leading up to the gift shop and the main pavilion of Canada. There are 2 connected gift shops at the top of the steps, the Trading Post and the Northwest Mercantile, both of which are going to sell apparel, art, specialty prepackaged foods, basically anything with a Canada stamp on it.
Yeah, I think I've seen like some jokey moose poop things in there. Classy stuff, you know.
Classy. They keep it classy.
And you say the Canadians were worried about being stereotyped?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So here I almost always get, I don't know if you've had these before, the maple cookies that are there.
I have not.
They're so good.
They sound good.
They're delicious. Delicious. Look into them, folks. I think they're called Dare, actually, the brand name.
They're called Dare.
Which is my dog's name, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So get some Dare cookies.
That's a big risk you take just diving into those cookies, Patrick. You don't know. They're like, I dare you.
Dare you eat these cookies?
Yeah, I think there's moose poop in them. Speaking of the moose poop.
Listen, if it's a cookie, I'll eat it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So going a little further into the pavilion, you'll run into Le Cellier Steakhouse. The restaurant is located in the main building of the pavilion, the Hotel du Canada, which is modeled after the Chateau Laurier Hotel in Ottawa, the capital of Canada.
Now, have you had a meal at Le Cellier?
I haven't. It's on my Disney bucket list to eat in. Everyone apparently loves this place.
Yeah, it's very, very popular.
I have to say, I am not a steak person, though, and they mainly specialize in steaks there.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't particularly gravitate towards steak.
Yeah, so...
Plus, there's something about kind of like a heavy steakhouse environment, dark, you know, and it's called the Cellier, so the cellar.
Right, yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't want to be in that when it's like gorgeous and beautiful and sunny outside.
It's true. It's a very different experience. I've stepped inside of it. I've never eaten there, and it's definitely like vastly different than your surroundings.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So a fun fact, the forced perspective design of this building makes it appear to be 6 stories high, but it's actually only 3 stories high.
Yeah, it's so well done. And if you really walk up to it and look very carefully, you're like, oh yeah, those windows are actually quite small at the top.
Teeny tiny windows. So the interior of Le Cellier is supposed to be an old wine cellar, hence the name. And this, like as we said, is a guest favorite. And I believe it is one of the most expensive places to eat in all of Disney World.
Yes.
It is worth 2 dining credits on the Disney dining plan.
Wow.
So after you've eaten 5 pounds of steak at Le Cellier, going a little further into the pavilion, you'll come to the waterfall, which is one of the best places to take pictures and to smooch on your babe.
Oh.
You know?
Right after you had like garlic mashed potatoes in the Cellier, just like plant one on him or her.
Absolutely, absolutely delicious. This will also lead you to the show Canada Far and Wide in Circle Vision 360. Now, this is the 3rd and newest installment of the show here in Canada, which is a tour of Canada narrated by Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara.
I can't wait to see this.
I know. I'm very excited about it.
I hope that Disney allowed them to keep some of their improvisational humor flavor.
Good point.
Or, quite frankly, I hope that Catherine O'Hara is just straight up Moira from Schitt's Creek.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
So as you're leaving the pavilion, and I guess as you're coming in, depending on how you're looking at it, there are 3 totem poles reaching up to 30 feet high or 9 meters for our Canadian friends. 2 of them are made of fiberglass and were designed by Disney Imagineers, and one of them has a hidden Mickey on it. The other totem pole is made of wood and was hand-carved by the Alaskan artist David A. Boxley. It depicts 3 stories of the raven tricking the Sky Chief into the release of the sun, moon, and stars. It's really beautiful.
I agree. I love those totem poles.
It's funny. You can definitely notice a difference in them, though. Like the first 2 are very cartoony, and then the one that's hand-carved is really beautiful and intricate. So lastly, as you leave the pavilion and head toward the United Kingdom, you will pass by the Canada Mill stage, which features live bands like Blueberry Grass Band, the Canadian Voyagers, and Alberta Bound. And I have to say, R.I.P. to the Canadian Lumberjacks show.
Oh, I miss it.
Oh, that was so sexy. I love that show.
Yeah, I mean, they got wet in that log rolling competition. They were like sawing logs.
They were sawing a lot of logs. A lot of wood in that audience.
So much on stage, Patrick. I think
on
is
stage.
What you meant.
Yeah, I did. I did mean that. We should move on.
We should move on straight to the United Kingdom.
Hooray!
That is the next pavilion if you're taking Patrick's route along the World Showcase.
The correct route.
So disagree with that.
Ugh.
The United Kingdom Pavilion opened on Epcot's opening day, which was October 1st, 1982. It is an amalgamation of city and country life in the 4 countries of the UK, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And Patrick, I'm sure you've noticed the various architectural influences which are represented. They are Tudor,
Why not 3-door?
Georgian,
The state?
and Victorian.
I know her. I went to school with her.
And there are some recognizable locations in the pavilion. There's the Hampton Court Palace, which you may notice, and the thatched roof cottage, which is reminiscent of William Shakespeare's wife Anne Hathaway's cottage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've actually been in it. No big deal. Don't treat me any differently.
Wow, good for you.
The real cottage, I mean. Not the tea caddy.
I have been in that, so don't treat me any differently. I actually really love that shop.
We'll get to it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Fine.
There also is an English tea garden and a garden with a hedge maze and a replica of the Hyde Park bandstand. And, of course, I think most of our listeners will know about the UK red phone booths. A fun fact about those, you used to be able to call into them.
Yeah.
So, for instance, we could have just called in right now and been like, hey, we're calling from Minnesota.
It's true.
And someone would have picked it up and been like, oh my gosh, I'm in Epcot. And we'd be like, yeah, we know, dummy. We just called you.
I bet it got a little scandalous.
Probably. That's probably why they shut it down. You can still find the numbers online, though, and I did try the other day.
Yeah.
And you just get a Verizon message saying that this number is no longer in service.
That's a bummer.
It is. As far as attractions and entertainment go, the UK Pavilion does not feature an attraction, but there is plenty of entertainment. British Revolution, a cover band featuring songs by Queen, the Rolling Stones, and The Who, and others, plays 30-minute sets daily.
They're really good.
Yeah, they are. They are really good. Character meet and greets include Winnie the Pooh and Friends, Mary Poppins, and Alice from Alice in Wonderland. And during the annual Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, the UK Pavilion offers 2 tours of its gardens. The English Tea Garden Tour is complimentary and lasts about 20 minutes. Let me repeat that. It's complimentary.
What?
A free thing at Disney for you to do.
Never heard of it.
There is same-day registration available in the Tea Caddy gift shop. Tours are held Monday through Thursday at 3:30 p.m. and 5 o'clock p.m. and Friday through Sunday at 1 o'clock p.m., 3:30 p.m., and 5 p.m. And then there is a Royal Tea Garden Tour. It's $20 per person. Valid Epcot admission is required and is an hour-long tour beginning at 9:30 a.m. before World Showcase opens. So that would be really cool to take because you'd be in there with just your group.
Agreed. I really want to do that.
The tour ends with a stop at the Tea Caddy where guests are served tea and scones, Patrick. Advanced reservations are recommended. Reservations can be made by visiting guest relations or calling 407-WDW-TOUR. And as we all know, the reimagining of the pavilion will include Cherry Tree Lane from Mary Poppins and a Poppins-themed attraction.
So exciting.
We can't wait for that. I'm wondering what that's going to do to the back garden hedge maze area and the band shell. I wonder if those are going to go away.
That's a really good point. They haven't started construction yet, as far as I could tell, but when they do, it's going to shut down most of that pavilion, don't you think?
I would imagine. At least the back area there.
Right.
Yeah.
Shut down that back area. You know what I mean?
You've never said that in your life. As for dining, there is the Rose and Crown Pub and Dining Room. The pub, of course, serves fish and chips and like Scotch eggs and sausage rolls, you know. And they have specialty drinks like Pim's Cup and the Leapin' Leprechaun.
Ooh.
And the Welsh Dragon.
I don't know what that means.
And they also have wine, sangria, and beer, including flights, Patrick.
I do like a flight.
A beer flight. The dining room serves English classics like fish and chips, bangers and mash, shepherd's pie, corned beef and cabbage, and amazing desserts like sticky toffee pudding and a chocolate and nougat bar, which I talked about in a previous episode.
The sticky toffee pudding is delish.
It is really, really good. They also have specialty cocktails, of beer and wine. And for those that are interested in tea, the Rose and Crown offers a tea experience. It's currently offered Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 9:45 a.m. It includes a tea tasting, sandwiches, and scones. It is $35 per person. Not a bad deal there. Reservations are recommended, and the dining plan is not accepted for that. And of course, the pub includes live music throughout the day in 45-minute sets. And we should also mention that the Rose and Crown just offers a great view of the Nighttime Spectacular should you wish to watch it from there.
It's true. I had dinner one night with my friend Matt when we did my very first half marathon, and we happened to be there right at the exact time that the fireworks were happening.
Oh, great.
And we had a patio seat. It was perfect. It is the best place to watch the fireworks.
Moving on from there, there is the Yorkshire County Fish Shop, which is quick service. We've experienced the fish and chips from here, Patrick.
We have. Greasy.
And not accurate, according to several of our friends in England.
I mean, that's pretty clear that it's not accurate. It's breaded forever.
A lot of breading. But sometimes the gentlemen working behind the counter are quite attractive.
The only reason to order there is because you get to talk to those hot dudes.
They are both hot physically and literally. Just sweating back in those grease traps.
It's true. It's true.
There's also a UK beer cart, which also serves fish and chips. So basically, anywhere you go in the UK, you're going to be able to get fish and chips, not very good fish and chips.
Yeah.
The beer cart also offers cider, which I did not know, and frozen Pimm's lemonade, which I also did not know. So now I feel more excited to go back to the UK pavilion because I just associate it with beer.
Yeah.
But there are other options there outside of the restaurant.
It's true. They also offer whiskey flights in the Rose and Crown. I've heard, Adam. I've heard.
Yeah.
A friend told me that.
You've tasted all of them.
I've tasted a lot in the UK pavilion.
As far as shopping goes in the UK pavilion, there's the Toy Soldier, the Crown and Crest, Lord and Ladies, the Queen's Table, the Sportsman's Shop E, really shop, but spelled shoppy, and the Tea Caddy, as we've already mentioned, which is sponsored by Twinings. Some fun facts about the UK pavilion. The Rose and Crown's exterior, Patrick, incorporates 4 different pub styles: a street pub from the Victorian era, a provincial pub from the 17th and 18th centuries, a Dickensian-style pub, and a waterfront or river pub. Also, the Rose and Crown's Latin motto, get ready, I'm going to butcher this, is Otium cum dignitate.
You sound just like Merlin.
Merlin Johnson, who lives right down the street. He has a speech impediment.
That's exactly who it is.
It means leisure with dignity.
I like that you say leisure.
Well, I'm in the UK pavilion,
Okay.
so I thought I might as well go for it, right? And my last fun fact about the UK pavilion is that there is a service animal relief area next to the restrooms.
Thank goodness I've used that so many times.
You have.
Yeah.
It's odd because the restrooms are right there, and yet you refuse to go inside.
I like people to watch, Adam. I like people to watch.
You certainly do. So that's our little stroll through the UK pavilion.
Well, thank you so much for that, Adam. That was delightful.
Do you love the UK pavilion?
I do. Although it makes sense when you were talking about all the different styles that are there, because I never quite know where I am in the UK pavilion.
Yeah.
Like, am I in England? Am I in Ireland? What century is it? I have no idea.
Is this enhanced by the fact that you just had a whiskey flight in the Rose and Crown?
Yes.
I appreciate your honesty.
That makes more sense now. Got it.
You're like, what year is this?
What is my name? Whose hand am I holding?
I got to go poop on this grass over here.
What did I just kiss? I don't know.
Speaking of kissing,
Yes.
where are we heading next?
Good segue, Adam. So from the UK, you will walk over the International Gateway Bridge, which, if you head down to the right, you will hit the World Traveller Gift Shop, the entrance and exit to the park, and the Skyliner, and a walkway to the boardwalk area. You can also, fun fact, walk all the way to Hollywood Studios from there.
You can.
But if you're not leaving the park, Adam, you're going where lovers go. To France.
To France.
To France. France isn't super big, but it has a ton of shopping and drinking and eating there.
Yeah, there's a lot crammed into that pavilion.
It's really crazy. And when I was doing the research for this, I sort of in my head went, I really do love the France pavilion.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of my favorite things are there.
The men.
I mean, We should move on. We should stop just talking about the men that are in these pavilions.
Well, they're a part of it.
We can't stop, won't stop.
Part of the experience.
So the France Pavilion is designed after a French neighborhood with the Eiffel Tower in the background. And as you come into the pavilion, you'll find the Pont des Arts Bridge. I'm going to butcher all of these words, by the way.
I mean, wait till we get to Morocco.
Absolutely. Oh, no. And this bridge is inspired by the Seine waterfront with flower carts and street side artists. So the first thing you'll run into is a little gazebo and a rose garden where you can usually meet Princess Aurora and sometimes Belle. If you go straight into the pavilion from there, you'll hit the Plume et Palais. Who can say if I said that right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Plume et Palette?
I think that maybe.
Who can say? Someone can say. I can't.
I took Spanish in high school. I don't know.
Same here. So this place sells things like designer bags and fragrances, and from there you can go right into La Signature, which has tons of French cosmetics and more fragrances. Just outside of there, you'll find the entrance to the theater Palais du Cinéma, which houses Impressions de France and the Beauty and the Beast sing-along. These shows run in rep with each other in the same theater. Impressions de France is a cinematic tour of France, and the Beauty and the Beast show is a 15-minute film sing-along of the movie. And I haven't seen this yet, so I don't know too much about it. Do you know anything about it?
I haven't seen it, but my understanding of it, and I could be wrong about this, but just based on what I've read, is that it's kind of like LeFou is like doing a retelling of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
Like it's like his version of it, but it's like kind of funny in that way. Like they still do all the songs and stuff, but like he's the director of it.
Interesting.
I think is kind of how it
I wonder,
out.
Is it Josh Gad voicing LeFou then?
No.
Oh.
I think it's the animated LeFou.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I'm interested. I have to see this. Moving on, circling around from the theater there, you'll hit up a wine shop, perfect for me, called Les Vins de France, where you can order bottles of wine that you can take home with you. And there's a place to order glasses of wine called Les Vins des Chefs de France, which is always super busy.
Super busy, and they're a very heavy pour there.
Yes, they are.
Like, I'm talking about you're going to have to take a sip from the glass while it's still on the counter before
Yeah.
you pick it up. Otherwise, you're going to spill it.
Yeah, it's a really good bang for your buck.
It is.
So moving on from there is L'Esprit de la Province. Who can say
Provence.
what I'm saying?
I think it's Provence.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. Which has mostly kitchen items and some sweets. Beyond that is Souvenirs de France, which has all things French trinkets and Beauty and the Beast items and Ratatouille items. So basically all things that aren't really in France, but Americans think are in France.
Yes.
Like little teeny tiny Eiffel Tower pencil sharpeners and magnets.
I think the shop also leans in heavily to the Aristocats, too.
A little bit, yeah. You can also get things like French flags and little teeny tiny Eiffel Towers, like I said. It's pretty gross in there.
Why? Because it's like so touristy?
It's very touristy.
In a Disney park?
Who knew? Who knew? But this door leads into one of my favorite places to grab a treat, Les Allées Boulangerie Patisserie.
That was pretty good, I thought.
Thank you so much. Which is basically a quick service sort of cafeteria line with cheeses, baked goods, and pastries. And every single item in there is amazing, from the quiche Lorraine to the chocolate eclairs and the creme brulee. So good. And they have coffee, wine, champagne, and their famous frosé, which is frozen rosé with vodka.
Yum.
So good.
It's so good.
It's real good.
Yeah.
So after that, you can move on to second dessert at Les Artisans de Glace, which I believe means the art of ice cream.
And boy, oh boy,
Oh, man.
is that appropriately titled.
It's so good. It's so good. So here's where they have one of your favorite treats, their famous croque glacée, which is a scoop of ice cream pressed inside a homemade brioche bun. And they also have, Adam, one of my new favorite treats, the ice cream martini, which is 2 scoops of ice cream with a shot of Grand Marnier or whipped cream vodka or rum.
Or all three.
Gross. But try it.
That croque de glace is an ice cream sandwich. Literally. I mean, it's bread and ice cream.
Yeah.
And the bread is warm and the ice cream is cold. I don't know how they do it. They're like wizards delicious.
Do you need a minute?
About 1 minute to finish
Okay,
it.
Great.
About one
Just 1 minute?
Exactly, yeah.
I've never had one yet because when we were there last time together, they were fresh out of them.
Yeah, that was a bummer. And they are completely shareable. I mean, you're not going to want to tackle this on your own, folks.
Yes, I will.
I did, but
Yes, I will.
I'm a big boy.
So, Adam, I'll tell you what, the food does not stop there. Moving down the path, you'll get to Monsieur Paul, which is upstairs above Chefs de France, which is a fine dining signature restaurant. And I believe they are only open for dinner, and they also cost 2 dining credits on the dining plan. Main courses here include roasted duck, black sea bass, and a New York strip. They also offer a prefix menu for $89 per person, which is a 4-course meal, and a 6-course prefix for $119. Now, this restaurant does have a dress code. For men, the minimum is khakis, slacks, or dress shorts, and a collared shirt. And for women, it's capri pants, skirts, dresses, or dress shorts, and jeans if they are in very good condition. And reservations are highly encouraged. I have to eat at this place. I've heard it's outstanding.
It's delicious. I mean, it's fine dining.
Yeah.
It is absolutely fine dining. And little gay Adam, when we went when I was a kid, wore a blazer.
Oh,
by choice.
Adorable.
Yeah. Still fits. Still fits me.
I imagine that's correct.
No, it was delicious as far as I remember, and that's me talking as a kid. I absolutely loved the experience, and
Yeah.
I would love to go back and experience it as an adult.
Well, let's do it.
Okay.
Patreon members, you can increase your donations. JK. So a fun fact is Monsieur Paul is in reference to Paul Bocuse, I believe is how you say his name, which is one of the 3 chefs who started the restaurant. Chef Bocuse is one of the most famous chefs in the world, having been named top chef of the 20th century by the Culinary Institute of America.
I actually took the title from him.
You did?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Now, as I said before, downstairs from Monsieur Paul is Chefs de France, which is also a sit-down restaurant, but a lot more cash. They serve very classic French dishes like bisque de homard, which is lobster bisque, niçoise salad with tuna, which is a niçoise salad, so I didn't really need to say with tuna.
You didn't, but you did it.
I did. And beef bourguignon. Julia Child would be very pleased with that.
Beef bourguignon.
Beef bourguignon.
Bourguignon.
And then, on your way out, is an amazing crepe stand, Crepes des Chefs de France, which I believe count as a snack credit on the dining plan, which is a nice dessert to have on your way out from having 2 desserts and 2 dinners.
Yeah, you want to really kind of double down on desserts in France.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure will be opening this summer, but no date has been set yet. And a new creperie will be bringing additional authentic French cuisine to the France Pavilion. This upcoming eatery will be built in a new location near the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure attraction and will feature celebrity chef Jerome Bocuse's dishes. And then, of course, we have to mention the entertainment in France, which is the chair acrobats. Have you seen them?
Oui.
They're so good. They're called servir amusant, which means amusing server, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Somebody correct me. I'm sure I'm wrong on that, but I assume that's what it means.
Amazing acrobatics.
It is incredible. I'm always nervous for this dude.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm like, you're going to die, and I don't want to watch that happen, so I can't watch the whole show.
Only pavement below you, sir.
Yes.
And your 12 chairs.
It's real risky.
Although if you've had a couple drinks, as you have at this point, Patrick.
I mean, you've had 3 glasses of champagne.
Maybe you join in.
And 2 of the frosés.
Yeah.
I will join in. Mm-hmm. I'm always at the bottom going, I'll catch you.
Yeah.
I got this.
He's like, no thanks, buddy.
Move on. Move along, sir. Or he looks at me and he says, move along, tiny ma'am.
But in French, so it's charming.
Yeah, it's true.
It's charming.
It's true.
All right, well, let's stroll on from France, Patrick.
Yes.
And head straight to Morocco, because as everyone knows, France is right next door to Morocco.
Yep, they're neighbors.
That's correct. That's correct. Morocco is the first expansion pavilion to be added to the World Showcase. It opened on September 7th, 1984. As we mentioned previously on the podcast, it is the only pavilion in which the country's government aided in the design. And it is the only pavilion sponsored by the country's government.
Interesting.
King Hassan II, who ruled as King of Morocco from 1966 until his death in 1999, sent Moroccan artisans to design and create the many mosaics seen throughout the pavilion. And due to Islamic religious beliefs on the content of the art, the mosaics contain no representations of people.
I did not know that.
The pavilion itself is a combination of the cities of Marrakesh, Casablanca, and Fez. And there are recognizable architectural elements, which include the reproduction of the Koutoubia minaret of Marrakesh, a prayer tower of the 12th century mosque, and a replica of the Bab Boujeloud gate.
Yup.
I'm so sorry, everyone. Leading to the Medina, or Old City, in Fez, and a fountain inspired by the Nezarine fountain in Fez. I believe we've mentioned this before on the podcast, Patrick, but the pavilion does not light up as part of any nighttime spectacular because of the religious significance of the minaret of Marrakesh.
It's true. We used that in one of our Walt Disney episodes.
And because of that, neither does the Norway pavilion, because symmetry.
Also true.
Symmetry, Patrick. Or maybe they just ran out of money and they were like, we don't need to light Norway.
They get tired quickly in Norway.
They really do. The pavilion doesn't feature a major attraction, but does include the Gallery of Arts and History, currently featuring an exhibit entitled Race Against the Sun, Ancient Technique to Modern Competition. The pavilion also features live music provided by Atlas Fusion.
Ooh.
And there are several performances daily. They play traditional Moroccan music on the World Showcase Promenade outside the pavilion.
They're real good.
They are real good. And you can meet Princess Jasmine as a character experience in the Lamps of Wonder shop in the pavilion.
Because that's where Aladdin is set.
It certainly is, Patrick. It's funny, I was looking at the daily schedule and only Princess Jasmine is listed, but I've often seen Aladdin with her back there.
I think they removed him from Morocco. I think he's only in Magic Kingdom now.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong.
Are they going through some troubles right now? Is that what's happening?
It's true.
They had to separate them?
They couldn't agree on a storyline for Aladdin 2.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
they needed some time apart.
As far as dining goes, the pavilion includes Spice Road Table, which is on the World Showcase Lagoon across the promenade from the pavilion. It is outdoor dining and features Mediterranean small plates like Moroccan lamb sausage, hummus fries, which I'm sure is a traditional dish, harissa chicken roll, and specialty entrees like mixed grill skewers, coriander-crusted rack of lamb, and a Mediterranean vegetable platter.
Oh my gosh, Moroccan food is so good.
It's so good. Tabbouleh me everything. Right? I just want everything tabbouleh. Desserts include pistachios and saffron custard and baklava. Smashios. And of course, they have signature cocktails and Mediterranean beers and wines. And this is a great walk-up bar. It's a great place to just hop on in quick, grab a drink, and head back out.
Because most people don't know that you can do that. You can just go into that little area and get a delicious cocktail relatively quickly because no one's there.
Served by some very attractive men, if you're lucky.
Correct.
Or women if there's women behind the bar. But in our case, we're looking for the dudes.
It's true.
Spice Road Table is also a great place to watch the nighttime spectacular, whatever it may be, currently Epcot forever.
That's just a fact.
Restaurant Marrakesh is also in the pavilion. This is sit-down dining, and it is dinner and a show. It includes a belly dancing show. It serves North African specialties like lemon chicken tagine, which I believe you had, Patrick.
Oh, man. That was one of the best meals I've ever had in Disney World.
So good. They also serve roasted lamb shank, which I had, and it was fabulous. Pan-seared lamb loin medallions and hummus rosemary pancakes.
Girl.
And if you're lucky, Mohammed will bring them to you.
Aw, Mohammed.
Can't let him go. Real attractive. Our server was very, very attractive.
And you were very subtle about it, too.
They also have a Taste of Morocco 3-course meal. They have amazing desserts there as well, and specialty drinks, and a full bar featuring beer and wine. And last but not least, as far as food goes in the pavilion, there is the Tangerine Cafe, a little play on words there. It's quick service, and they have wraps and shawarma platters. Let's move on to shopping, Patrick. I know you love to shop.
Patrick, be shopping.
Shops include Casablanca Carpets, the Brass Bazaar, Marketplace in the Medina, Tangier Traders, and Souk Al Maghreb, all of which contain beautiful artist-crafted items for purchase.
It's true. I always think I want to buy like a scarf or something from there. But then I'm like, what am I going to do with this? But they're so beautiful and well crafted.
It also smells wonderful back there.
Yes, it does.
And we've often talked about how much we love this pavilion because it is so immersive and very deep.
Yeah.
You can really kind of get lost in the little alleyways that are in the back of the pavilion.
It's a very romantic place.
It's too bad Jasmine's there all alone.
Oh, dear.
A fun fact, Morocco was the first country to recognize the United States as a separate nation. In the lobby of the restaurant Marrakesh, there are letters from George Washington and the Moroccan king.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that before.
And we were like, why are these here?
Yeah.
Now we know.
Now we know.
Anyway, Morocco, I love you. You are probably my favorite pavilion in the World Showcase.
Bold stance.
It's just so beautiful. And at night, oh my gosh, gorgeous.
Another fun fact is that they have actual growing tangerine trees there in the pavilion.
That's a free snack. No snack credits required.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
You're so frugal.
Fruit goal.
I was just going to make the same pun.
We should host a podcast together.
Okay, let's try it. Well, Adam, we've come to the end of our Half World Showcase tour.
Part 1.
Part 1. We're coming up on Japan. So one of the first things you'll see when you approach the Japan Pavilion is a torii gate on the edge of the water framing Spaceship Earth. A torii gate would traditionally be at the entrance of a Shinto shrine, symbolizing the transition from the mundane to the sacred. This is one of my favorite spots for a photo. It's so beautiful, especially at night.
I love how it frames the construction for Harmonious.
Oh, I suppose that's what it frames right now. Usually it frames Spaceship Earth.
It sure does. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yes. So next up, you'll find the newest restaurant in the pavilion, Takumi Te, which means House of the Artisan. And this is a signature dining restaurant that does require advance reservations, and they do not accept dining plans. There are 5 sections in this restaurant representing water, wood, earth, stone, and washi paper. They do have a traditional menu with Japanese dishes. They also have a tasting menu for $150, and a chef's table is available for $180 per person that comes with a 9-course meal, and for an additional $100, you can have a beverage pairing included. We have to go here.
We really do. I would love to experience this.
Yes.
And I'm not huge on Japanese food.
Oh, I am.
But I think this would be an excellent way for me to experience more authentic Japanese food.
I would imagine, yeah.
You know what's really interesting, I just realized, is that this half of World Showcase has the heavy hitter restaurants.
It's true, yeah. A lot of really good food is here.
Yeah, like signature dining. I'm talking about Le Cellier, and then Monsieur Paul in France.
Yes.
And now Takumi Te.
And I talked about all 3 of them.
You sure did.
I love food.
Oh, I just get the trash restaurants. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, to be clear, I only eat at the trash restaurants, but I want to eat at the signature dining. So next up is Teppanyaki, which is a teppanyaki-style restaurant where the chefs cook the food in front of you. Some people would call it a hibachi restaurant, but fun fact is hibachi is actually the name of the table, whereas the food is called teppanyaki.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting. It's pretty good, but if you've ever been to a Benihana, basically,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Also, if you're not a fan of kind of communal dining,
This is true. You will be sat with people that you don't know, for sure, unless you have a big group with you.
but you could have a lot of fun to make a new friend. You know what I'm saying, Wink?
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah. Have some sake and maybe sake it to him or her
Wow.
sexually.
Suck it to me.
Not in the restaurant. I recommend you get a room.
I don't. Just do it anywhere. That's my motto.
You're heading back to that animal relief area in the UK pavilion, aren't you?
Everyone can
Okay.
watch. Everyone can watch. So below Teppanyaki is the Mitsukoshi department store, which is an actual department store whose headquarters is in Tokyo. Now here you'll find anything from chopsticks and kimonos to Pokemon toys. More and more it's become a place to buy Japanese pop culture items. There's also a fun grocery store section where they've got tons of Japanese candies and snacks, and there's a place where you can pick an oyster out of a tank that has a pearl inside.
I love watching those ladies.
It's super fun.
I love this store. Matthew really loves this store.
Oh, I bet he does, yeah.
It's like his dream between the pop figures
Right.
and the Pokemon toys and just the really kind of cute kawaii style Japanese souvenirs. He's really into it.
Well, speaking of which, Adam, so if you continue around the pavilion, you'll find the Bijutsu Kan Gallery, which hosts long-term exhibits, and right now on display is the Kawaii Life, which showcases Japan's culture of cute.
It is so cute in there.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it really spoke to the little gay boy Adam inside of me.
I feel like if you cut Matthew open, this is what he would look like. This museum.
Yeah, probably.
Horseshoeing back to the entrance from there, there's a great little kiosk, I believe it's called the Garden House, that sells drinks, one of which is my new favorite drink in the World Showcase. It's called the Violet Sake. It's so good. I had it back in November, and I'm fully hooked on it now.
I like sake. I don't love sake. Sometimes it tastes a little plasticky to me.
See, this is different. You would like this. It's more of a punch that has sake in it.
Oh, I'm on board.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, it can't just be the sake. It has to be sake and something else included.
Right. I do love sake, so this is best of both worlds for me, but I think that you would enjoy this drink. It's one of those, you don't taste the alcohol in it, which makes you drink it really quickly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's an oopsie. It's an oopsie drink. So just up from that kiosk is a beautiful walking path with water features and gardens, at the top of which is the Katsura Grill, which is more of a quick service place with noodles and sushi and edamame.
Yeah, this is a great place to grab some quick sushi.
It's true, and it's actually pretty good food there.
It is. I enjoy it.
So as you're leaving, you'll find the Japanese pagoda where the taiko drummers Matsuriza perform, and they are absolutely incredible and definitely worth watching while you sip your sensible violet sake.
So talented. You feel it in your chest when they're performing.
These women are aggressive and amazing.
Yeah.
I love watching them. And lastly, as you leave, you'll come across the Kabuki Cafe, where you can get kakiguri, which is Japanese shaved ice, and a sake mist, which is shaved ice with alcohol.
Remind me, shaved ice, is that more like snow or is it kind of harder like actual ice chunks?
It's like a snow cone.
Okay, I don't think I'd be into that then.
Oh.
I like the like softer like...
It's not like you have to crunch into it, but it is compacted more. It's not like loose ice. You want a slushy, is what you're talking about.
No, I just want like the softer, like there's those snow cones that aren't hard ice. They're like kind of like snow, more like snow, like soft.
You want ice cream.
I mean, yeah.
You're talking about ice cream right now.
No, there's just that lighter, I don't know.
Okay.
I want what I want.
Great.
I want the ice cream and I want that.
Okay, fair enough. You can have both, Adam. It's
Thank
the
you.
World Showcase.
Thank you, you're right.
I can show you the World Showcase. So a fun fact about the Japan Pavilion is that if you'll notice, the main building is enormous and goes pretty far back. There's actually a show building in the back. When they were building the pavilion, they intended to include an attraction or a show of some kind. One idea was to include Meet the World, which is or was, I think, in Tokyo Disneyland. And another idea was to include a roller coaster that would take you through Mount Fuji. Clearly, neither of the ideas panned out, so they left the building empty, and they use it currently for storage and for show rehearsals. A side fun fact from that fun fact, Adam, is that the plans for the roller coaster through Mount Fuji were saved and later used to help build Expedition Everest.
Can you imagine if there had been a Fuji coaster?
That would have been the coolest ride that's ever been.
Much like Everest, it would have gone inside the mountain and outside of the mountain.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Providing amazing views of Epcot. And if you watch some of the archival footage when they were planning the park and they had built that giant model of Epcot, you can actually see a model behind World Showcase of the Fuji coaster.
They got really close to making it happen.
I still wish they would do it. It'd be phenomenal.
It would be phenomenal, and they have the space for it, so maybe someday.
And they need all that storage, Patrick. They need that storage, which is just as exciting as a Mount Fuji coaster.
It's true. I want to tour that storage facility.
I know. What's back there? I would imagine a lot of the stuff from the parades that previously went around World Showcase.
They were also going to build like a giant Godzilla that would come out every once in a while. That never
No
happened.
way.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, I need that to happen as well.
That kind of scares me a little bit. I get scared by like big things like that, like big creatures. And as I mentioned in a previous episode, Monstro, the whale in the Pinocchio ride.
That's why you should never see me naked, Adam.
Oh,
You'd be very frightened.
come on. That's not the reason why I'd be frightened.
Good thing I wear this banana hammock.
Yeah, it hides everything.
Mm-hmm.
Are you tucked?
Are you tucked or untucked today? The fact that you have to ask that question is very rude and incorrect.
I calls it like I sees it, Patrick. Completely smooth. There's no bulge whatsoever.
I'm a Ken doll. This took a turn.
It did.
So that wraps up, no pun intended, our discussion of the first half of the World Showcase, or the second half if you're Adam.
Well, this is very exciting. It's so great to learn fun little facts about the pavilions that I didn't know coming into this conversation.
Yeah, I purposefully didn't study up on the countries that you were reporting on because I wanted to be surprised by what you were going to come up with.
Do you have a favorite of the pavilions we've talked about in this episode?
Funny you should say that. As I was saying earlier, when I was studying up on France, I was like, man, I do really love the France pavilion. But I also now really love the Japan pavilion. And I've always loved the Canada pavilion. It's hard for me to decide now. I still think Morocco maybe nudges out the rest a little bit just based on its authenticity.
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas the rest of them are just a little bit stereotypical countries. And Morocco, though I've never been to Morocco, so I don't know for a fact, but it seems the most atmospheric to me of the country. What about you?
Morocco, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love the Moroccan pavilion. And I think, as I said, at night, it just becomes a really like its own little world back there.
It's true. The lighting is so beautiful at
It
night.
is.
That sort of amber glow that it has.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm excited about Chapter 2 of this installment.
Yes.
Let's do it right now.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, Tweedledees, let us know any fun facts that you know about the countries that we reported on that we maybe didn't touch on, and let us know which is your favorite pavilion of the 5 that we talked about.
You can reach out to us via social media. That's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast.
And if you're Ryan or Andy, you can leave us a voice memo or an email at info@gaysdothed.com.
I dare someone else to do it.
Bold.
Let us hear your voices.
We want to hear you guys
Yeah.
and gals.
Yeah.
Maybe leave us a voicemail in the language of one of the countries we talked about.
That would be incredible.
That would be incredible because we butchered many, many titles and names.
I felt very secure in my pronunciations, but yours were definitely a nightmare.
That feels correct.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Adam. I know you like to lose control. Why is that in my head?
It's interesting. Every episode, you seem to recall like a 1990s, 2000 era pop hit.
I'm stuck in time.
I love those songs too.
Yeah.
From that era. Oh my gosh. Late high school through college.
Do you know that there's now Funko Pop in Sync dolls?
No.
I need them.
What are you going to do with them?
You know what I'm going to do.
Patrick, it's the end of the episode. That means it's time for Quick D.
Thank God.
No.
I mean, oh no.
Yeah.
The end.
That's what you're supposed to say.
And now it's time to say goodbye to all our queer family.
That is also a hit from the early 2000s. The dance mix of that, remember that? It was Cher. It was auto-tuned. Now's the time.
Now it's time to say goodbye. Oh, I believe it's time to say goodbye. And that's Quick D, folks. We're done.
That's right. Everybody's like, please end it. End it now. They've already stopped the episode.
That's fair. That's fair. They stopped at Morocco, I think.
Oh, it is the end of the episode. That means it's time for Quick D. And this week we are doing Quick D Classic. That means that Patrick and I will be asking each other a question we have not been privy to prior to recording. And we'll be answering it off the cuff.
Yas, queen.
And Patrick, you have graciously agreed to go first.
Agreed is a strong word. Was strong-armed into going first,
Yeah.
I think is the correct.
Yeah, I said you will go first.
Yep, there it is.
This week.
There it is.
So please, my friend, you have the floor.
Okay. Hey, Adam,
Hey, Patrick.
of all the countries we talked about today,
Yeah.
pretend they're people. Which one are you going to bang? Which the sexiest of all the countries, and why?
This one's tough. And I feel like I'm walking into a trap here because...
You always are if I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, this is like, I don't want to offend any one country because I know all of the personifications of the countries want and need my love.
We're going to offend 4 of them because you can only choose one.
Yeah. Well, this is tough because, as we know, I loved Mohammed, who was a real person.
It's true.
In the Morocco pavilion. So already there's like the personification of Morocco.
Are you currently banging Mohammed, Adam?
He was not into it, Patrick. He was not into it.
You don't know.
He was not a member of the family. Okay. So let's see. So we've got Canada, we've got the UK, we've got France, I mean a country known for love. We've got Morocco and got Japan.
It's true.
Wow.
What a good recap of our episode you just did.
I know. It's as if we were just talking about it.
We were.
Okay. I'm not going to go with Canada because they're too much like us.
Blame Canada.
Only with better health care.
I mean,
a better leader.
Yeah.
And probably cleaner air.
And lumberjacks.
Yeah, and just maple syrup on tap any time of day.
And those Dare maple syrup cookies.
Yeah.
Oof. I love them.
Yeah, so Canada's out.
Okay.
As attractive as many of the men from Canada are.
Hey, my Canadian friends, I'm sorry that Adam is dissing you right now. I find you all attractive.
Yeah. All right, so bye Canada. I'm going to nix the UK too.
Wow.
Yeah, I just feel like they're going to smell like fish and chips.
Oh, boy.
That's not true. I've met some lovely smelling people from the UK.
Okay, Andy, sorry about it. Yeah. Ben and Mikey from Once Upon a Scream, sorry about it.
Yeah. No,
Adam hates you.
No, I don't hate them.
Okay.
I don't hate them. But yeah, I'm just not going UK.
Okay.
France. Oh, this is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my lover who I'm banging to be more attractive than me. And I feel like in France, that's probably going to be the case.
It's just a certainty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm nixing France.
Okay.
Morocco, still got Mohammed there.
It's still on the table.
Okay, so he's hanging in there. Okay, so that leaves Morocco and that leaves Japan. You know what? I'm sticking with Mohammed.
You are?
I have to.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be Mohammed.
No.
But
it should be Mohammed.
It could be Mohammed. He was really good looking. Tweedledees out there, if you've had dinner at Restaurant Marrakesh recently,
send us Mohammed's phone number.
Did you happen to notice a very attractive server there?
He had a butt for days.
Yeah, he had quite a butt on him.
I don't know if he had a face.
No, he did. It was so nice, Patrick.
Because that butt was great.
Oh, it was so nice. And he was very accommodating.
Yeah.
But clearly did not want to make sustained eye contact with me.
You did order more vodka sodas than you needed.
I had wine there.
Oh, that's right. I think you just kept wanting to order anything from him because I was like, Adam, why are you drinking wine right now?
I did touch him gently on the arm when I ordered my lamb shank.
That's inappropriate.
Just gently.
You touched his lamb shank?
I wish I touched his lamb shank. I wish. Mohammed.
Call us, Mohammed. Leave us a voice memo at info@gazetothed.com.
Yeah, please do. It's going to be so angry. It's going to be like, please stop talking about me on the podcast. Stop it.
Okay, so you're Morocco.
I'm Faroccoing.
Wow.
No, I can't make it work.
Nope. Nope. Good job. Congratulations. I feel like that was a really good choice.
Yeah, it felt right. All right, Patrick, here's my quick tea question for you.
Yes, please.
What is the title and plot for Aladdin 2?
Oh, no.
And I want you to be generous here. You can give me surprise guest appearances by people if you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can go into great detail about what we're going to experience. Take it away. Aladdin 2.
The title for Aladdin 2 is called Aladdin No Longer Likes Carpet.
Oh, I'm suddenly much, much, much more interested in the sequel.
I think you know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Yeah.
That carpet's no longer magical. Not today, carpet. Not today.
I like how they're already building anticipation for the sequel by splitting up Jasmine and Aladdin in the parks. They're like, you cannot be together.
It's true. It's true. The first song is called Let's Be Friends. Which is like Never had a friend like me. But it's just between Aladdin and Jasmine, and they decide to just be friends.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it turns into a very Will and Grace situation.
Okay, cool.
Clearly, Genie is Jack.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Abu turns into Karen.
Yep.
I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Jasmine and Aladdin are Will and Grace.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just it's a rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
Aladdin exploring his non-carpet side.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe visiting several different caves of wonder.
He visits a lot of Cave of Wonders.
Mm-hmm.
He does go to Morocco, where Aladdin is not set, to visit Muhammad.
Taking my man.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about it, Adam.
Unless I can join in which case...
We'll see. The script's still in development.
It is in development.
And he suddenly develops an interest in Jafar. There's a song called Why Are You So Jafar Away?
Yeah.
Come near me. Come near me, can you hear me? Is one of the lyrics.
Keep going. Why are you stopping? I'm really invested in this now.
It's true. He does see a whole new world.
I bet he does.
Yeah, a whole new world of men, which is the title of the newest song in the movie.
A whole new world of men.
A whole new world of men. It's really...
I like how you take artistic license and just slap on a couple extra syllables.
Yeah.
To Alan Menken's score.
Listen, I might be a genius. I don't know.
A genius. Oh.
That will do it for this episode of Gays Do the D. Thanks for listening. To become a patron of the podcast, visit our website at gaysdothed.com/donate. For a donation of any amount, you can receive exclusive Gays Do the D content and help us continue to bring you the very best Disney news and discussion. Continue the conversation after this episode on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast. Submit your questions or show ideas to info@gaysdothed.com. Have a great week, everybody. See ya real soon.